Peace and love, everyone. Peace and love. I'm just sitting in my spot in the world here, and wanted to kind of let everyone know why I said when I came here, I said I wasn't going to start a blog. There's a lot of vlogs out there. The town south of me is full of vlogs. I watched many of them to kind of get an idea of what it was going to be like. I had vacationed here and liked it a lot and wanted to move here, but I knew there was going to be some things that were different from the US, and I wanted to know what they were. And when I watched these vlogs, a lot of the stuff seemed like it might, pertain to me, as far as, or a lot of the stuff would be relevant to me, what I was looking for, visa information, banking information. But what I found out is that everybody's experience is a lot different, and what I went through wasn't anything like the vlogs. And then you've got people that think they're on a covert operation, they need bug out bags, and got to have a certain amount of money, and the banking system, you can't trust it, and this, that, and other thing. And I just didn't find that to be true in my case. I'm not hiding any money, I'm not tax sheltering, I'm not, everything is on the up and up, and there was no reason not to use banks and all those things. But anyway, now you see, I'm doing what I said I wasn't going to do, which is just sit and do a monologue. And kind of like the opening to our video here, just kind of want to show what it's like. I mean, when you go on vacation somewhere, you're doing a lot of fun things. You're going to, if you vacation in the Philippines, you're going to Manila, you're going to Boracay, you're going to Bohol to swim with the whale sharks, you're on pristine beaches. And then when you live here, yeah, you can get a condo in Manila, you can, if that's your thing. But if you really want to live, more in the provinces, or by family, whatever, what's it really like? What's a day-to-day routine for everyone? What's it like to go into town? What's it like to be at home? How important is it to pick the right place to live? Things like that. And I kind of want to show those things. Some of it will be funny, some of it will be just informational, some of it will be interesting, probably some of it won't be to many people, I'm sure. But just want to give an idea of what it's really like to live in a different country, day to day, what we do day to day, what keeps away boredom, or if we're bored, so basically when we came here, the idea was just to retire. I had enough of the corporate world, the rat race as they call it, the big hedge fund companies and the people who control the money. It's not the CEOs, it's the people who control the money, just are terrible people to work for. And how much is enough? So I have enough, and there was a budget to buy a house, buy a car, and and then we have a budget to live. I'm not on a pension or anything like that, so we do have to be careful not to spend everything, because you can do it. It's cheaper to live here, but if you want to, you can spend as much money as you want. I mean, it's just like any place else, I suppose. But that being said, we'll just go through, and I'll do less of this. I don't want to do this all the time. Obviously, for my manner of speech, it's uncomfortable for me to just sit and talk to no one. We'll do interviews. We are friendly with a lot of the local people, our neighbors here, and what it's like to be with your Filipino neighbors and your foreign neighbors, and things that happen. Well, we have a lot of interaction with our stray dogs in the area because we feed some of them and have a soft heart, both me and my wife, for the dogs. And you know, just our place here, and you know, fixing things. And I live on the ocean, so we do scuba diving things, fishing. You know, it's in the plan and budget to buy a boat at some point, so we'll probably see some of that. And just hope you enjoy. Mainly, it's probably just going to be friends and family watching this. So, hello everyone, and I hope you guys enjoy this and can take, you know, 20 minutes out of your busy days and lives to, you know, watch and see what I'm doing, and see that it's different from where I come from, which is the U.S., but it's better in a lot of ways. It's worse in a lot of ways. It's, you know, it's the biggest thing is it's different, but not as different as we're all led to believe in the U.S. I told many people this, and it's that we're sold this bill of goods in the U.S. that the U.S. is the most free, best country to live in. In my travels, and it hasn't been much, to, you know, Mexico, South Korea, Philippines, Canada, most of those countries are just as free, if not more free, than we are in the US. So if that's something that you enjoy, then there are free countries out there to live in. If not, and when I say if not, what I mean is that if I'm free to do whatever I want, then also my neighbor is. So, you know, it's interesting when I would explain this to people. I would say you can have, you know, if you buy land and build something, there's no zoning really, unless you live in a subdivision. And if you have land, buy land, and you know, you can have a mansion next to a pig farm. Now, our house is by no means a mansion, but we do have a pig farm next door. So I kind of jinxed myself on that one. So there are smells, there are noises. We have a little hut on the beach where all the fishermen go and, you know, drink, and I don't know if the microphone's picking it up, but there's karaoke music playing right now. And I know from watching some of the other vlogs, a lot of people don't like that. I'm fine with it. This is their country. I'm living in it, and this is what they do, and you know, I kind of like it. And there's times where we sing karaoke and the neighbors come over and say, hey, my dad's trying to sleep, or you know, whatever the case may be. So we'll see some of that too, of just kind of hanging out and, you know, doing what Filipino people do. But anyway, we're gonna move on from this. I just don't really enjoy sitting and explaining things in front of the camera, and I didn't like watching it either. It's kind of boring to hear somebody monologue about how you should do things, and I can tell you, whatever you're watching, whatever you listen to, your situation is going to be different. It could be similar, but it's going to be different. You know, the way that your 13A visa works is, when you go there, is going to be different. The way that your banking works is going to be different. The way that you get your money here is going to be different. You know, and a lot of these guys want to tell you exactly how you're supposed to do things, and just pick up what you can from them, from me, from whoever, and research it yourself, and, you know, do what you think is right. Do what you know, do what is good for your situation, because nobody is the same. I can tell you exactly step by step what I did, and you're going to get there, and one of those steps is going to be off for you, and you're going to have to do something different. It's just, that's the way it is, especially here in the Philippines, where you can have a list of rules and they'll just throw some in there here and there, especially in the government offices. So, and you have to navigate all that and be patient. But anyway, hope you enjoy everything and that we're going to put on here, and watch it and learn things, or enjoy, get a laugh, whatever the case may be, and we'll see how it all goes. We'll see if I keep posting videos or if this is a short-lived venture, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how everyone likes the content. But anyway, enjoy the next what we're gonna do today. Have a good one. So let's start at the beginning. We had looked for houses several places. That's a sorry store right there across the street, but we had looked for a lot of places on 3 different islands. Probably looked at well over 70 properties, and we ended up here. This is Gihulman and Negros Oriental. We just had our roof front fence redone because they widened the road. You can see there's a new lane of road here. So we had to switch the driveway around. The driveway used to be there, and then we put it over here. Because the pitch of the angle when they brought the road out level, our property slopes down to the beach back there, so we had to move quite a few things around. But this is the neighborhood, and we're right on the main road. This is Western Nautical Highway, or Dumaguete North Road. This is Emma. Hello, Emma. Emma used to live on the beach as a stray dog with her puppies. There's one of her puppies, and decided she was going to come here and bring her puppies here. So now there's 4 dogs running around, and yes, we did try to get her to leave, but we brought the puppies and her back to the beach many times, and she just would not stay there. She kept getting in no matter what I did. So now she lives here of her own volition. She can go back to the beach if she wants to, and we let her out, but she always comes back. And this is what they call a man gate. So there's a gate for men and a gate for cars. So starting with the house here, when we looked at all these properties, we really liked this house. I had been looking at it online for quite some time, and all the paperwork was right. And you know, if you want to know what it's like to buy property in the Philippines, we'll probably have to do that on a different conversation because there's a lot of pitfalls. But so this is the entryway. I love that picture of the flags blended together. And when we got here, first thing we did was redo the kitchen with more modern kitchen stuff. We kept the old stove because there's a dirty kitchen that we use probably more often. And this is probably a little more modern than your average Filipino house would be, but still it's Western. It's a blend, just like the flag. It's a blend of cultures. There's Western stuff, there's Filipino stuff, like the colors, the tile floors, stuff like that is more Filipino, and the stuff inside is more of your Western variety. And we have a little, I guess what they would call a stock room where I keep all my tools. Pantry here with food and things like that. Garbage bags. So that's it for the first floor. So it's not that big of a house. It's just a general 3-bedroom house in the U.S. It's big for here, but not big for the U.S. All my houses in the U.S. were bigger than this one. This is my downsized retirement home. And we do have a couple of extra bedrooms here. This is one of the spare rooms, Baby Yoda. And it does have air conditioning, and it has one of the Western things when they built this house was each bedroom has its own, what they call here CR, or comfort room, or well, it's just a bathroom to us. And this part is another bedroom that this one looks out into the backyard or the ocean here. And this one also has its own CR or bathroom. There's Marilyn. It's nap time.
Don't bother me!
And this is the balcony. It looks out over the yard and into the water. That's the dirty kitchen and the kubu we built out there. And Windy is the only dog allowed in the house. This is our room, which I won't show too much of just for privacy purposes. And then we have this little bonus level that goes up these stairs. And there's a little room up here, which, because we're from the US and we have closets in the US and we don't have any here, this is like, we're using this kind of as a closet, but it's like a little room, and it's at the top of the house, and there's a balcony up here that you get a good view of the area. All the way around. Okay, so when we generally exit the house, we'd exit through the kitchen door here. And this is another CR. Notice there's no tank on that toilet. It works a different way, but it is a fully functional toilet for all things number one and number two, I suppose. Dogs like this area because it's out of the rain and it's a little bit cooler. And if we go towards the front, this used to be what they call the garage, and the car used to get parked here, and you can see that little strip there is what's left of the old driveway. But now we just park the thing, the motorcycle and the e-bike here, and then drive it down this path and around and out, and eventually we'll build a cover for where the car is parked now. So normally I would walk out here, and we did not have this house built. It was already here when we got here, and we have a little outdoor sink. This is our water pressure system, and this is what they would call a dirty kitchen, and it has water, running water, not super high pressure, but it still has running water. And what you would do is you'd make a fire right there with this wood, and just put your pot, or you can see how black this pot is because it's just sitting, and just put it over fire and cook your rice or soup or adobo or whatever you have there. And then we put in this counter here recently. What used to be here was a brick oven. The person who owned the house was from the New England area and had a brick oven. We were here almost a year and never used it, so we just broke it up and put in a little more counter space. This is also where we store stuff we don't necessarily want to get wet, but doesn't need to go in the house. Lawnmower, weed trimmer, dog food, gasoline, paint, all that good stuff. And we recently added this, which is our Kubu house, there was just a covered area here where you could sit and kind of enjoy the view or the ocean, and we decided we were going to add a room for some of our family members and people who don't like to go up and down stairs, because all of our bedrooms in the house are on the second floor. So this is just a few steps up, and it's also got a nice sitting area at the end here where I spend most of my time. And we've already decorated it a little bit, and just to give a glimpse of the inside. So we have a bed, air con, little refrigerator. No, it's not for rent. It's just a place where people can come and stay, or sometimes I take naps in there. Everybody says, oh, you should rent that out. No, that's okay. I didn't come here to run a resort, and I didn't come here to deal with people, whatever people are going to do when they rent a room. I'm just not prepared for that kind of thing. Which puts us really close to the beach. We have a grill pit here, my inflatable yacht. Our neighbor is out checking on his fishing boat, and we have a little sitting area up there where you can sit and watch the waves and the breeze and things. And it is a little bit wavy, and the beach isn't white sand beach of Boracay. It's natural beach, and I've tried to clean it up and spent a lot of time, and guess what? The ocean just, you know, the ocean is going to do with this beach what it does with it. If I spent all the time picking up all the rocks and sifting the sand and raking it, the next day tide would come in and put it all right back, or worse. So it is what it is, but it's a beach, and I like it. Great view. Some garbage I gotta pick up, but not too much. It's not, the Philippines is not as polluted as a country as I thought it would be. And there's a couple of, our neighbors have a couple of huts. They don't really live on the property. They just own it and live in town, and they come out here for different special occasions or whatever. And we have a lot of mangroves out there, which was important to me for storms, typhoon, rough weather. It kind of stops the waves, stops a lot of the wind, keeps your property safe, because I mean, you know, as a lot of people found out with Typhoon Odette and some of the other typhoons around here, a typhoon can really change how your property looks or what your house looks like. And you know, it's a major storm. So the last thing we kind of did is we put this is the cover right here that used to be where that Kubu is, and we moved it over here. We just got a bunch of the local guys together and just moved it over here and put it over our, what they call a boomba pump. So we had a little bit of shade over the pump, because we actually use that a lot for watering plants, washing the dogs, you know, different things. When we had a lot of this concrete work done, they used the well mostly for, you know, their concrete water and things like that. Up there is Marilyn's garden, and she's going to tell you a lot more about that in coming videos. So this is our place, and this is where we start. This is where we live, and this is my real life in the Philippines.